Remember my nerd wall from last video? Well, it's getting a new guy on it. Go right there. Anyways, this is my video and this is my mic, and I hope you enjoy both. And I'm here today to once again talk about... Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Jack, I'm a writer. My book's coming out early next year, and I like to talk about world building and character crafting. Today I'm going to focus on the villains from Superman. So let's get into it and start with Lex Luthor. Oh my god, this is my favourite live action version of the character. Nicholas Hoult did so well, and I was blown away by the performance. But what does the performance tell us about the character and about the world? That's what we're doing today. His arrogance is on show from minute one. And that is perfect for the character. Lex, he does what he does to hate Superman, not to build a better world. Most of the time. I think this is best summed up at the end of All-Star Superman. Lex could completely make Superman useless by solving all the problems using his vast fortune, and he could fix the world if he wanted to. But he doesn't, not really. He uses that as a motive to give reason to his actions. That's never actually the reason he does it. In this movie, his pettiness is on full display. See that he makes upwards of 2,600 moves, but his intelligence comes into play there. 2,600 moves to counter Superman, and he's memorized every single one, and he knows he can figure out what to do to defeat Superman quicker than a computer could. That's why he's calling out all these commands, because he knows it. He knows every single one, every single move Superman's ever made, and every counter to it. I mean, the very fact that he was able to make Ultraman in the first place says enough. Lex is undeniably intelligent. He created a pocket universe. And as Mr. Turek says, a matter of picometers, such a small distance, could have created a black hole and destroyed everything. But he did it, and he continued to use it. So there's his arrogance mixing with his intelligence. Hell, he was able to create a working Superman clone. And, I mean, we know from James Gunn that Mr. Handsome, who works in the Pocket Universe, he was created by Lex at age 12. That is a remarkable achievement for someone so young to be able to just create new life. That perfectly displays his intelligence in such a simple way, because it's never outright said. It doesn't need to be. I have never seen a live action performance capture Lex Luthor as well. Every aspect. He's intelligent, he's petty, he's arrogant. All these characteristics blended perfectly into one. It really is amazing that Nicholas Hoult was able to portray Lex as close to comic accurate as I've ever seen. Despite how arrogant and petty he is, he controls the room, and that is undeniable. He has interns picking up pencils off the floor for him. He is able to make the engineer, someone who's much more powerful than him, stop from breaking into Superman's fortress, because he is going to be the one to do it. He's able to create Ultraman, he's able to create Mr. Handsome, which that name always gets to me. But not only did he create these people, he created the Hammer of Baravia mech suit as well, presumably. He created links to a foreign government and was able to negotiate well enough to agree to get half of another country if an invasion was successful. Like, that's got to take some negotiation skills, which I don't think is really touched upon a lot. And despite this arms race that he is manufacturing, as he says, he didn't kill Superman to start an arms race. He started an arms race to kill Superman. And that's really the be-all and end-all of this. He's not some saviour. I will continue to talk about Lex throughout this video, because it's impossible not to. With every other villain that is shown in this movie, they are created by Lex. It's hard not to talk about him in relation to these characters. But I'm going to put the character crafting of Lex to one side, at least for now. But Lex has a lot of world building that comes with him as well. We see how big Luthor Corp is. We see he's able to get a meeting with the Security Council. He's able to get a meeting in the Pentagon with some of the most important people. And he's able to convince them that his Planet Watch is the right move. He's admitted to cloning Superman. He's admitting to manufacturing metahumans. and they agree. That shows the sway he has, the sway he's built up over his life, the sway that he thinks doesn't matter anymore because Superman is stronger. And again, back to touch on his character just for a second, he's a master manipulator. The way he talks when he's being interviewed brings this across perfectly. He uses his emotions to manipulate, the same way that Superman lashed out because he was thinking emotionally and not rationally. He's able to think rationally, he's able to think logically, to use his emotions to manipulate the viewers. It's perfect dichotomy. The mirror between the two characters is amazing. Lex has done everything. He created a pocket universe. He's cloned people. He's manufactured super soldiers with nanites. He's manufactured giant Hulkbuster style armor. He could theoretically do anything. He genetically engineered a being at 12. It goes without saying that he's intelligent. But nowhere in the movie did anyone have to talk to another character as if for the audience's benefit and talk about how smart Lex is, because his actions convey that. Everything he's already done in this world conveys that. You don't have to say Lex is convincing. He's able to convince a council full of people to grant him a super soldier army that he's manufacturing. He's managed to convince them that he alone should be able to question what is possibly the greatest threat to the world. Not at the UN, not a powerful nation, not an army, not nothing. Luthor himself. That sort of sway doesn't come quickly. This shows that he has had years of influence, digging his claws into every facet he can find, anything that he thinks might be useful to him in the future. But before I go down a massive tangent on Lex, as if I haven't already, we're going to move on. Next up is Lady Generator X. Sorry, the engineer. She voluntarily had her blood infused with nanites, and this gives her the ability to create machinery out of her body. We see her create jetpacks, cannons, buzzsaw blades. She's able to interface with technology. She's able to break off clumps of the nanites and suffocate people. My god. But her mere existence shows that Superman was already seen to many as a threat. Otherwise, she would feel no need to volunteer for such an experiment. She doesn't get a lot of screen time. But what little she does shows us that even before the message from Superman's parents came out, there was a genuine fear of him amongst the public. Otherwise, she would have no reason to have gotten her powers in the first place. I'm very much looking forward to seeing her again in the Authority movie, if that's not the one that's been cancelled. I really wish I had more to say. She was portrayed very well. I just wish we got a little bit more of her. But, like I say, with the Authority movie, we get that chance, and I'm so glad we do. Now, next up, we have a 2-for-1. Starting with the Ultraman side of things, I think we all knew he was going to be a Superman clone from the beginning. Like, from the very first set leaks, I think we knew that's what was going to happen. And then from the trailers, I think we definitely knew what was going to happen. But it didn't take away from the impact, at least for me. Because again, he doesn't have much of a character. He doesn't speak. He can't speak. So, of course, he doesn't have as much of a character. But again, his mere existence shows the effect that Superman's had on the world. He's been active for 3 years as a hero. And in those 3 years, someone has managed to perfect cloning, to an extent, and create a working clone of an extinct alien race. That, again, the technology levels of this universe are sky high off the bat, so there is always room for new stories. There's not much I can talk about for the character crafting, and the world building mostly comes into what it means that they have already felt the need to create a Superman clone. But I would like to see him come back still. I would love to see him distorted by the black hole and become Bizarro. Because, yes, that's not how he's created in the comics, but he is a clone of Superman. So why not just bring him into the sequel as that same Ultraman, but distorted by the black hole in the pocket dimension? Next up, the Hammer of Baravia. I never expected that to be Ultraman in the suit. I don't know if I missed a set leak or something, but I did not expect that. When I first saw the set leak of I don't even know what to say. When I first saw the photo of the armor before the movie came out, I thought that was either going to be Lex's power suit, or admittedly, I did allow myself to think that it was going to be the Rocket Red Brigade. Because it's James Gunn, he goes for some obscure characters, so I thought that would have been fun. But it being Ultraman in the Hammer of Bravia suit makes it even clearer why Superman lost straight away. He's going against someone who is equally powered, but in a mechanical suit that's enhancing him even further. Would have been amazing if he'd managed to win in the first place. Some have complained that Superman lost too easily in the start, but that doesn't make sense. He's going against someone who has his powers exactly, but is being amped up by a massive mechanical suit as well. Really, he stood no chance at winning in the first place. Again, there's not much to say about Ultraman here. He's not much of a character, considering what he is. And lastly, in a cameo, we have... Now, for those of you who don't know, Maxwell Lord in the comics was initially a part of the Justice League International, which it seems to be is what the Justice Gang is based off of, especially with Booster Gold getting his own TV show soon. I'm sure that's where they're going with this. But, as he's more famously known today, is a villain with the ability to control minds. And that immediately begs the question, is that why the Justice Gang are there? Is he mind controlling them into staying, or has he actually managed to convince them into forming a superhero team under his brand? Also, thing I've noticed straight away on my watch through that I haven't heard anyone mention yet, is that the Justice Gang only intervenes with the alien when it nearly crashes into the Lord Tech building. I just thought that was interesting. Maxwell Lord is clearly a setup for the future. We already know he's going to be in Peacemaker Season 2, and he'll probably show up again in future projects, and I can't wait to see where that leads. But for now, I've not got much more to say on him. I know this is probably a shorter video, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was able to interest or entertain you, even for a second. And if it was for 2 seconds, consider interacting with the video. Likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, they help me get into the algorithm so people can see this content. I would absolutely love for more people to know about these characters. And if you're interested in my book, the links to all of my other social media are down below. And remember, while you're talking to people about this, being nice is the new punk rock.